Longley and Ostertag, each at 7-2, jumping up, and Jordan grabs it for Chicago. Harper guarded by Stockton. Kukoc with 6 on the 24. His jumper. 3 of 22, but he starts out by connecting on his first one tonight. Jordan's first shot. Spills off, and Malone takes the rebound.
You go inside out, not outside in.
Hornacek opening on Jordan, who finds Longley.
Doug, is stay inside. Don't get baited in.
At 16 points, normally average.
Jordan's fadeaway. Spins off. Pippen pull up 3. Back tap by Kukoc, and there's another offensive rebound as we go back to part of the storyline of the first 2 games in Salt Lake City. The Bulls all over the offensive glass. Malone bumped Jordan, no foul. Michael with Longley trying to screen for him. Spins around Hornacek and hits off the glass. Now it's Stockton guarding Michael. Harper left alone for 3.
Now he can rebound and advance the ball quickly, and they should get easy fast break opportunities.
Hey, this is the finals. You better sacrifice everything. Longley, top of the key. Michael spinning on 2 defenders and a whistle.
He's deep in the post right now, which really helps him.
Pippen returns it to Harper, and he travels. What a difference 48 hours has made. Kukoc for 3. Off the front of the rim, but an offensive rebound for Pippen. Longley traveled with it. He had an open shot. Turnaround by Pippen. Longley takes it. Harper's open. Back comes Chicago. 3-on-2. Jordan against Hornacek. Gives it up to Pippen.
And allowed Stockton to come off where they couldn't get the weak side rotation.
Michael into a crowd. Video, audio, and photos. Live post-game press conferences and more. Live from the arena. Or perhaps all that is too much work for you. Longley inside. Boom! Talk about having an answer for the doubters. What a first quarter from Malone. Longley against Ostertag with the hook. Who clears the boards with Ostertag protesting that he was fouled. Longley another hook shot.
All right, Bob. Greg Ostertag is having a problem with his right eye. At the end of the right now, they've taken it out to watch the pupil for just a little bit.
Isley has it blocked by Harper, who continues his outstanding defensive play. Longley on the run. Michael in traffic. Deals to Kukoc and now Longley. The bounce to Kukoc on the return, and he lays it in to tie the game. Chicago looks to take the lead in a very low-scoring first quarter. It's Harper on the run. Harper, a great scorer early in his career with the Cavaliers and the Clippers. 1 of 2, but Kukoc is there. Kukoc misses.
At some point in time, they're going to have to get a bucket, and they're going to have to go to Malone to get that bucket.
Rodman turns. His shot is blocked partially by Malone. Stockton on Kerr. Around a Rodman screen with the bounce to Pippen. Scotty into the lane. He banks it home. Up by 5 all of a sudden. And Stockton. Here's Scotty. Morris is on him. Into the lane. Another runner. He hits it. Plus he's coming to the line.
You're seeing the same thing. You saw the right-hand hook off the glass the previous possession. This, the little runner in the lane, and the possible and one for the three-point play.
That's the first free throw Pippen has missed.
In game 2, went right to Shandon Anderson when Malone was out of the game.
Contact away from the ball and a Utah foul, as he did against the Lakers in the conference finals. Chicago ball as we resume, and here's Kerr's jumper. He really hasn't found his touch. Anderson's pass intercepted by Kukoc, who flips it to Pippen. Scotty on the move, dishes to a wide open Burrell. Pippen behind Burrell's screen, and Scotty drills it, but 2 road teams have it. Kukoc. Less than 4 minutes into the period. Meanwhile, Chicago has only 1 team foul. Rodman out, Longley back in. Pippen pushing it. Kerr unleashing it. Off the back rim again. Michael out-battles Stockton for the loose ball. Tries to take it to the hole.
And then on the other end, 9 minutes of rest for Michael Jordan.
Unfortunately, the rest of his team virtually silent. They trail 27-21. Michael got Anderson into the air, but doesn't unleash the shot. Now he will. Now Malone into the lane, trying to dish it off to Carr, but the Bulls break it up and steal it. Pippen from Michael. Loose ball battle, Scotty to the floor. Anderson finally comes up with it.
He pump fakes him right there, and he'll slide to the corner. Anderson overcut. Oops, I'm going. Back cut, dunk.
Where Malone has been pretty much perfect, and the rest of the team's been out to lunch. Kerr for 3, and he still can't find his touch.
Pippen flopped on that one.
Jordan at the other end gets the 2 for Chicago.
Now you watch Jordan away from the ball, moving without the ball. You see, sets Morris up and comes right off the screen, right into the shot.
Utah loses it. Jordan back, spinning, fading, firing, and drawing the foul.
9 of 10. Let's see how many free throws he's able to get in this game.
Chicago trying to add to the game's biggest lead. Jordan can't. Kukoc has the loose ball, and Chicago has a 12-point lead. And only the second field goal by a Jazz starter other than Karl Malone. Stockton had the other one. Michael against Hornacek. Ostertag with the help. The bounce in the lane. Harper at first couldn't hold on to it. Now recovers and misses the shot. Rightly or wrongly, fans see things with their hearts sometimes rather than their eyes. Harper inside, dealing it back outside to Kukoc for 3. Pippen.
Now watch as he gets it. He's already set. He can go up quickly.
Jordan into the lane. And he gets the roll.
Rodman's doing an excellent job on Malone, taking away his drive.
Stockton's turned the ball over several times in this first half. Kukoc looking for Michael and finding him. Spins on Hornacek to the left hand. Harper bumps off Stockton and lays it in. Stockton looking up at the official Pavetta saying, hey, come on.
Now Kukoc likes to drive left.
Rodman gives it right back to him. 3 on the shot clock. Fade away. That's the way it's going for Chicago. A steal by Burrell. Can't add 2, but Harper pokes it away. And finally, mercifully for Utah, comes to a close, but wait a minute, Burrell.
I think they're going to call a foul right here on John Stockton. You see Burrell makes the inbound steal. Harper knocks it out of his hands, takes a peek at the shot clock, and you see Stockton trying to block out Burrell underneath.
After Kukoc makes the great shot, now they're going to end up the half with 2 free throws. That's a terrible momentum play for Utah going in at half. Chicago has been stifling with their defense.
Chicago by 18. The Bulls look to take their advantage to 20. Kukoc does just that.
Chicago totally has them rattled on the offensive end.
Their 13th turnover. Kukoc against Malone, and an offensive foul as Tony. Kukoc. Malone giving him some room. Jordan with 1 sec on him. Michael's baseline J. Line drive shot is short. Poked away by Pippen and taken by Kukoc. To Harper, the trailer. Left hand no. Longley fires from 20 and makes it a 22-point Chicago lead. Back comes Harper, spinning around Stockton. Bulls going for the kill. Longley batted away by Ostertag. Michael around Hornacek. Jordan to the hole. Wrapped up by Ostertag, and somehow, some way, he scores.
Taking away that right hand of Jordan, gives him the fake. Now he gives him the sweep underneath. Ostertag doesn't give him a good, hard enough foul. So you got to grab that right hand. Don't let him get the shot off.
Here's a man 7'2" and 280. Ostertag from Russell. Longley stuffs him. Now he tries a jumper, and that's way short. Flat-footed rebound to Luke. Ahead to Pippen. Harper alone. Chicago by 23.
Ostertag's size out there, but the problem is they're rotating and leaving him alone and then getting to him because he's not an offensive threat.
And to one of the best offensive teams in the league, that's what they're doing tonight in Game 3. A 25-point lead as Jordan pops it and misses it, and Malone takes the rebound. Second half a different story than the first for Carl. Kukoc. Harper trying to chase it down. They spill to the floor, and Malone picks it up. And some of these Jazz players may be gun-shy. Looks like they're bypassing open opportunities. Kukoc won't. Utah very ragged. Pippen behind the back. Harper picks it up.
Now this is when a triangle offense just picks you apart right here.
The feed from Jordan to Kukoc. As we move inside 5 minutes, here's Scott Burrell in for Tony Kukoc. Isley, who's just returned, is guarding Harper. Ron tries the fadeaway, and Isley fouls him.
Size and too much speed. You're looking at Ron Harper here on the free throw line, and every player that they're guarding.
Shot it out of bounds as Harper misses the second one.
It might not help them today, but they've got to find something, Isaiah, that they can go to get some offense.
Pippen's jumper won't go. Contending that Malone takes more than the allotted 10 seconds to release his free throws. Jordan into the lane. 1 of 2 for Michael to this 20-point deficit. Make it 22 now. Michael the assist. Russell blocked by Burrell. Into the arms of Harper. No-look flip back to Scott. 24-point Chicago advantage as they run a clinic on the Utah Jazz.
Now you look at Jordan here. He's penetrating the lane, and you look at Harper sneaks behind Isley. There's no help. You watch the block by Burrell. I'm gone. Harper over the head. No look pass. Two-handed slam dunk. Yeah, he wants them to get off this minute 55 and then rest.
Jordan takes it upon himself and builds the lead. and the start of the final.
Yeah,
Whereas the Bulls had to play a very tough series against Indiana, stretched to the limit, and had only 2 days before the final started.
Yeah, but in the playoffs, you want to rest early so you can have your rhythm late coming into the championship round.
Rodman gets it from Burrell and can't finish it. Second try, there it is.
Yeah, we got blown out in Boston in a game 1 there in the Garden, and you know, you're reading about it, you're sitting around in your hotel room, the room service people are teasing you and everything else, but you bounce back the next game.
That was in the conference finals, right?
Yes.
On the West Coast.
The Sound of Music, however, when I grew up on the west side of Chicago.
This is a team that won 62 games and won both head-to-head against Chicago in the regular season. Down by 27. You're watching the NBA on NBC. And Chicago is shutting them down. Jordan begins the fourth quarter on the bench. Kerr is in. Pippen.
For the screen to get set. Lambeer used to scream at me constantly because I would get him offensive foul because I was so anxious to move to get to the basketball.
Kukoc on the move. Hold on. Against Chicago head-to-head. They had swept a formidable Laker team in the conference final while the Bulls were stretched to 7 by Indiana. They had the home court advantage. They believed that they had every chance to beat the Bulls, and they still might. But this one, that all the momentum belongs to them.
Well, Bob, when you lose a heartbreaking game like they lost in game 2, and you talk to your team to get them ready, that's one thing. When you get embarrassed, you don't have to say much. These guys all have great pride.
And Chicago have more playmakers that can make plays than Utah does at this point in time.
Here's Burrell. He gets the roll.
Discipline and concentration to stay true to your character.
Pippen, Burrell, how about that? Rodman threw the long touchdown pass. Pippen caught it backpedaling.
Scotty off balance, tips it back with 2 hands, and what's the finish by Burrell? Off the glass with the left hand.
That isn't just good, it's gorgeous. Burrell cutting through and Longley finding him. But there's such a thing as a terrible game, and Utah's having it. Here's Bushler in for the first time. Pippen, Longley, stampeding through, and Carr knocks it away.
You know, a lot of teams, Doug, at this point in time in the game, you see players try to do things that they're not capable of doing. Maybe that was one of them.
He missed it badly, Morris did. Kerr, wide open look at a 3, and finally he gets off.
Now that was in character.
Kerr, Bushler. Kerr for 3 again. Good again.
You're sitting on 51 points right now.
With 6 minutes to play in the game. Longley against Foster, left hand. The old Syracuse Nats in 1955. And Houston against the Celtics in 81.
For in San Antonio, so there is some precedent for them being blown out in the playoffs and coming back. Bob?
Thanks, Jim. Wennington in the lineup.
And maybe sometimes the less you say, the better, because this team won 62 games. They didn't do that by accident. They have great pride.
The crowd erupts, and so does Michael.
Pride. I rely on Stockton, Hornacek, Malone. I don't think it's about rest, Isaiah. I think it's about mentally getting yourself to do what you have to do, because practice tomorrow is not going to do that.
Bushler almost had his second in a row.
That immediately told us that, hey, these guys aren't serious. They don't want to be here.
It is a virtual certainty that Utah will set a new low for points in a finals game. Bushler bats it to Simpkins. He gets the dunk, and now only Randy Brown and Bill Wennington. 2.5 minutes until this nightmare ends for Utah. Bushler wants another 3. He's got it. As we move inside 2 minutes, Randy Brown. And Foster takes it. That's the record low for any game, regular season or playoffs, since the advent of the 24-second clock. Right now, there's a minute and a half to play, and Utah has just 52. Well, Utah's going to break the record, dubious as it is, for fewest points. Randy Brown. Someone got a piece of Brown's shot. The Bulls are ahead by 40. which would also represent the largest margin of victory.
Points in their last 5 quarters. They only have 9 points this fourth quarter.
Wennington, the only Bull who hasn't scored, so let him do it. Well, the evening is complete. A total humiliation for the Utah Jazz. Beaten by 42 and held to the lowest scoring output in the history of the NBA.